You're welcome to today's episode of The Human Angle. Several prevalent global challenges ranging from religious prejudice, terrorism, racism, sexism, and general intolerance arise from homes where the moulding of children's perspectives of life have been tainted by the wrong and damaging social values, religious perspectives, and racial bias. Raising children is therefore a task parents must treat with diligence, sensitivity, and responsibility. On today's episode, we'll be discussing the thrills and twists before motherhood in raising a baby from the ProShare Raising a Baby report. The report is designed to assist parents and would-be parents in navigating the delicate process of molding the lives of children, given the fact that each child is a unique responsibility that requires patience, planning, love, and wisdom. In raising a baby, the initial thrills and twists of motherhood involves the planning of a family by a new couple. It represents the foundation of a productive long-term union between a man and woman and marks the critical milestone for stability and peace in the home. After the event of a wedding, a couple, if they so desire to have a child or children, must be prepared for the conception, prenatal, and childcare needs of a new member of their nuclear home. It has been identified that it's usually the shabby attention to the early details of preparing for children that leads to marital distress and sometimes divorce. The decision to start a family is one of the most important choices couples have to make even before the wedding. Discussions like how many children do we envision having and how soon would we like to have children and so on enable couples plan better for their future. Before motherhood, there are various thrills and twists starting from family planning. Family planning, according to the United Nations Population Fund's activity in 2001, said it is a recognized basic human right and enables individuals and couples to determine the number and spacing of their children. It may involve consideration of the number of children a couple wishes to have, including the choice to have no children, as well as the age at which the mother wishes to have them. Family planning is also a very important instrument in controlling the cycle for them. It helps women avoid any health risks that are related to pregnancy, including the side effects of early or late childbearing, issues connected to poor spacing between births, and even the risks of unsafe abortions. Some forms of family planning can help in prevention of sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV/AIDS. They can also help women that are already infected to avoid getting pregnant and transmitting the disease to their child. Pregnancy starts with conception. Then we have the prenatal care and then the first trimester, which lasts until the end of 12 weeks. The second trimester begins from week 13 down to week 28, and it is during this stage usually that parents are expected to start shopping for their baby's arrival. Things like pampers, baby wear, socks, powders, feeding bottles, towels, nursery baby beddings, and so on. Other expenses begin to spike at this stage since the planning for the newborn begins to kick in fully. Some women, especially working moms, may not be able to take public transport like before and will want to do more of taxis while the husband begins to plan on how to change the look and feel of the home in order to plan for the newborn and ensure the home is befitting for visitors that come visiting after the birth of the child. It's necessary to note that despite these changes, which will definitely affect your spending pattern, you need to, as a couple and parents, to be careful and stay within your budgets. The third trimester is the most exciting and suspenseful trimester of all because here is when the parents get to meet the baby. It begins from week 29 through to the 40th week, and although the third trimester weeks are commonly considered to be from week 29 to 40, the duration of pregnancy varies from woman to woman, and in fact, very few women give birth on their exact due dates. Postnatal care is extremely important too, even though all attention is geared towards the pregnancy stages. Postnatal care involves all the care of a mother and newborn should receive immediately after delivery. Experts suggest, however, that postnatal care should range from 6 to 8 weeks immediately the expectant mother delivers. During the postnatal period, it is expected that the newborn will experience both emotional and physical changes, coupled with the fact that she will be learning how to care for a baby. It's important as a woman to stay healthy as possible during pregnancy and during the postpartum period as it ushers you into the journey of motherhood. Motherhood means different things to different women. However, the commonality in the definitions given about motherhood is the fact that it involves having and raising a child, children, or a baby. It's also interesting to note that throughout the journey of motherhood, there is no perfect approach to dealing with the pressures and pleasures faced, while there are often conflicts in opinions and advices given about how to raise a child. The truth is we all come from various backgrounds and cultures, and there is no one child that is the same as the other, even when they are from the same father and mother. As witnessed over the years, mothers deal with multiple pressures daily, from the prenatal phase of having a child to delivery and then subsequently postpartum. Throughout these phases, mothers have to contend with challenges such as the kind of conception and delivery methods to adopt, the support system to put in place, and the general welfare of the child, as well as the financial decisions attributable to each phase, and most importantly, how to strike a balance between the needs of the home and needs as humans and workers in various fields. Mrs. Okunowo Ibironke shares with us her experience raising her children from birth, the pleasures and pressures faced, and how financially consuming it has been. Take a listen.
When we talk about the pressure in parenting, in raising a child, it is not so easy. From birth, when you give birth to a child, there are so many things you have to undergo for you to think, or for you to be a good mother. First of all, let's talk about the issue of babies crying. At times when babies cry, you don't know what the problem is. They just cry, and then you as a parent, as a mother, you'll be wondering what could be the problem. And even at night, if a child does not sleep, you as a mother or the parent will not sleep, because the joy will not just be there. You feel, how can I be sleeping and my child is not sleeping? And another pressure in raising a child is when you are going out. Taking for instance what is happening in the society. When you are going out, you feel, who will I leave my children with, because of what is happening, the raping happening here and there. And again, another problem associated with, or another pressure in raising a child, when you are breastfeeding, when you are a nursing mother and you wish to go out, you might not be, you feel, another thing most especially probably when you want to put on clothes, you have to be choosy, know the type of clothes you put on, that even as a mother, when your baby cries you'll be able to feed him or her. Because by the time you are slay, now you want to slay as a mother, as a mother and a mother, but then you have to look at my child first. Then another pressure in raising a child is, your child will follow you here and there. Even at home, when you are in the kitchen, you are preparing something, and mostly children are not allowed to stay in the kitchen. The children will want to stay in the kitchen, they will want to follow you here and there. And then we have some kitchen hazards, some kitchen accidents. That is another issue. Then the pleasure in parenting or in raising a child is not as much as the pressure. Say for instance, as a mother, when you go to certain places, they will say, okay, oh madam, because of your child or because of your children, okay, you are free, you can go and do whatever you want to do. That is one. And I feel the pressure is more than the pleasure. Now, looking at training your children financially, when raising a child, it is money consuming. It is money consuming. For it.
The truth is, in raising a child and in addressing the challenges and pressures of motherhood, the easiest way to get through is to have an effective support system which starts with fathers, especially when the mother is a working mom. Therefore, the need to have a very effective means of communication between spouses cannot be overemphasized. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of The Human Angle. You could send in your videos, pictures, questions, or even comments to programs@proshareng.com and business@proshareng.com. Visit our website www.poshareng.com to get more information on your personal finance, the Raising a Baby reports, and updates from our news stories and videos. Also follow us on our social media platforms shown on the screen for further updates on our market reports. Don't forget to keep the date with us tomorrow as we'll be discussing dealing with the pressures and pleasures of motherhood and ways to develop and manage an effective support system when raising a baby. Till then, thank you for watching and bye for now.